Michigan State basketball's biggest game is happening this weekend, where you have the number 4 Duke Blue Devils taking on Michigan State, the number 7 team in the country at Breslin. The place will be absolutely rocking. It will be a wide out. But before we talk about that matchup, we obviously have to talk about the most recent matchup where Michigan State absolutely dominates Iowa to win their first conference game of the year by 19 points. Liam, what were your thoughts on this just basically coast to coast win for MSU?
I mean, you can't be anything except impressed.
Yeah.
It's starting to get ridiculous. I mean, the Carolina game was close. The score ended up being 16, but I mean, right now, if you're a basketball fan in the state of Michigan, it's kind of exciting. I mean, the two
Oh, yeah.
teams are just running through everybody they play
Yeah.
and climbing up the rankings each week. I mean, Michigan's up to 3, we're up to 7. So, yeah, no, I mean, anytime you can hold a team to 52 points, I'm sure Izzo's thrilled with that. And yeah, I mean, State pulled away at like the under 12 timeout in the first half, and Iowa
Yeah.
never had a chance after that. So it was over pretty quick, and you love that, especially going into a huge game like this weekend.
Exactly. And it was a foul fest for the first half. Like, it was
Yeah.
absolutely ridiculous, in my opinion. It actually benefits MSU in this game. I know Iowa, if you look at statistically, I believe they're one of like the best teams in countries in drawing fouls, but you obviously had a high knee ref as well that I have no idea some of the calls he makes. The his zone wasn't obviously very happy with it, stuff like that. But it honestly truly seemed, and I don't want to give him full credit for it, but it seems like the game kind of changed once Coach Fitz just came out at like, I think like the under 12, under
I
8
think it's under
timeout
8. Yeah.
and just got absolutely going. And I think that obviously was a big part of it as well. And that was really cool to kind of see him show a little bit more emotion in about 5 seconds than Jonathan Smith showed in his whole 2 years at MSU.
Yeah, no, that was a cool moment for sure. Yeah, you talk about foul baiting though with Iowa, and we've got the best foul baiter in the country. Or
Oh
not
yeah,
foul baiting with Iowa, drawing fouls. Iowa's good at drawing fouls. We got the best player at drawing fouls in the country.
yeah,
And if he's going to get to the line 10 times and make all 10 of them, there are not many teams in the country that Michigan State will
no,
lose to, especially at home. And I mean, man, it's the you hate to see the foul fest because it just takes
I
all
do, yeah,
takes all the flow out of the game and makes it like honestly, Tuesday's game really wasn't that exciting, but
no,
it was just domination, and anytime you can get that, you'll take it. And I mean, Kohler turning in another double double, Cohen getting 15, Fears 14 with 6 dimes. I mean, who else? McCullough comes off the bench with
yeah.
9. Like it
McCullough was great in that game.
yeah. So it's, I mean, anytime you're gonna get a Big Ten win by 20 points against a team that came into the game undefeated and they hadn't really played anyone other than Ole Miss, albeit, but again, an undefeated Big Ten opponent, first conference game of the year. You never know how that's going to go, and you just put your foot on their neck and didn't let them breathe for the entire game. And I think that's how that's obviously been the recipe for Izzo for all 31 years. But
Yeah,
it seems like this team's embracing it more than I'm as much as possible.
yeah. And I honestly think that Iowa did a really good job defensively getting back. I don't think MSU had very many fast break points
No,
at all.
at
Like
all.
Jeremy Fears, I believe at least on MSU's website had 6 assists in
Yep.
this game, which is insane because like he averages like 10 assists in a game. So I do
Yep.
think that had a little bit to do with it. But like Cohen Carr, 15 points and like none of them were on a fast break, or very few were
No.
on a fast break. So that's a good sign for MSU. But I didn't think MSU had like their main players playing extremely well. I know you mentioned Jackson Kohler a double double, but like, and I think we mentioned pretty early on in this season,
The white
like you
double
watch,
doubles.
you watch Jackson Kohler and you're like,
Yeah,
at the end of the night, you look at the stats, double double, and you're like,
yeah.
how in the world did he get double double? It doesn't even seem like it should be anywhere close to double double, but he does it every single night. I don't understand it.
No, I mean, yeah, I was the idiot that bet Fears assists. I took Fears to get 8. I didn't take 10, but that was just stupid. I mean, Iowa plays such a slow style. They were
Yeah.
so good. They were so good about getting
Oh
back
yeah.
and setting their defense and making sure they're marking Carr as he's running the wing. So again, yeah, seeing State winning a game against a 7-0 opponent where they couldn't run, which is how Izzo's always like to get his cheap fast break points, the 2015 fast break points that can swing a game. The fact that
Yeah.
they couldn't do it and still dominated, it's just, I mean, every game that goes by, you just see more and more potential out of this group. And yeah, the Jackson double doubles are. I think he had 8 and 8 in the first half, so
Yeah.
you don't need to have a loud second half if you've got 8 and 8. But
But even
it's
the 8 and 8 was really quiet. Like I'm like the 8 points understandable, but I'm like 8 rebounds. I'm like it's hard to explain in my opinion. Like it's one of the quietest double doubles you ever see, and it's just always every single game at this point. You're expecting a double double, and if you don't get it from Jackson Cole, you're like, oh, he had a down game.
yeah. I mean, I think it's just part of being here for 4 years, understanding how to get positioned down low, how to get to his spots on offense,
Yeah,
and there's going to be no one playing harder on the court than Colt. I mean, honestly, there's going to be
no,
no one playing harder on the court than on the other team than all 5 of the dudes on the
oh,
court for Michigan
probably not.
State. So it's no. Again, we could talk about the way this thing's been rolling forever. I mean, you hope it carries over. And Tuesday was a game you didn't shoot it well from 3. You shot 3 of 12, 25%, and again dominated. So
Yeah. And this
you,
team doesn't have to shoot well from
no,
three to win these games. Like probably Saturday, I would think they would need to shoot well against Duke, and we'll talk about Duke here shortly. One thing I've kind of noticed though, a trend, we shoot pretty well from three away from Breslin, and
you
when we're
can't hit
in
them.
Breslin, we're awful from three. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense. But another big factor in this game is Jeremy Fears, and I do want to give Dan Wojcik a ton of credit, and also Ugochukwu Tankra as well. They had Bennett Sturts in an absolute box. Like he could do absolutely nothing. I believe he hit his first shot of the game, was really I believe, like the only really shot in the first half that looked easy for him, and he only had 14 points in this game. Like MSU, incredible job. And I believe prior to that game, the biggest loss Ben McCollum as a head coach has ever had was 13 points, I believe.
Yeah, no. I mean, he shot 4 of 10 when you look at the box score, so you're like, oh, that's not that bad. But the thing is, he was trying to shoot more than 10 shots, and
Yeah.
he just couldn't get free to shoot them. And a couple of the shots he did end up taking weren't good looks. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be
He
interesting to
airballed
see.
one too.
It's going to be interesting to see how McCollum bounces back from that. I mean, that's a tough first matchup for them in the Big Ten to come to East Lansing and play in the Breslin in front of the zone, especially when MSU's rolling like they are. But yeah, they did not look particularly strong. They did not
No.
have a good front court. It we'll see where they go from here, but Iowa did
Yeah.
not. Iowa's got some work to do.
I was just going to say, it wasn't like a Fran type team, which I know offensively, like, I don't know about you, but ever since that comeback in Iowa a few years ago, I hate watching Iowa against MSU. Like, it's one of those things, like, even if you're up big late, you're just expecting Iowa to just start hitting shots. And it felt a little bit better knowing that, like, hey, that comeback probably wasn't going to happen, but it's just always like every time at the end of the game when Iowa needs to hit shots, you're just thinking like every single time they're going to start hitting shots. I don't know about you. That was just my thought. And when they weren't, I'm like, okay, we're fine.
Yeah, no, there was never really a threat, which is
No.
nice. So
Any last thoughts from you for this game before we go over to the big game of this weekend?
No, not off the top of my head. I mean, you don't want to see Coop with 5 turnovers.
No. Coop wasn't good in this game.
No, but he'll build off that. No, we didn't even say no Cam Ward either.
Yeah, no Cam Ward.
I mean, the fact that they blew these dudes out is just impressive. They doubled them up rebounding it, and more than doubled actually. And you got Jordan Scott playing 20 minutes as a freshman. You got Ugo Chukwu giving you 16 good minutes. This team that people thought wasn't very deep at the start of the year looks kind of deep all of a sudden. So it's just great to see.
Yeah, it's just a lot of people didn't think this was going to be a good team, and just the way they've played so far. It's just like things here a little bit, things there. Like, imagine if we got consistent play from the two guard. Like, this could be a real fun team, and it already is that way.
For sure. For
But I'm
sure.
just glad that they didn't obviously overlook Iowa, because there's a reason why there's a
Yeah.
real possibility that they could, because obviously this weekend we have Duke coming into town led by Cam Boozer, which I believe the last I've looked is projected the number 2 overall pick in the NBA draft. I think he's going to probably go 1 or 2. If you look at statistically, he leads Duke in points, rebounds, assists, steals. The
Yep.
only category he doesn't lead them in is blocks. Like, what are your thoughts on this Duke matchup? We know how talented and how good this Duke team is.
Yeah, I mean they've looked just as I mean, honestly, they haven't looked quite as good as MSU, but they're a team that's full of talent. I was watching that game on Thanksgiving Day, late night, uh, against Arkansas, and Cameron Boozer basically said, "Here, guys, get on my back. I'll take you through the finish line. We're gonna win this game."
Yeah.
And because that was a game that Arkansas was honestly more than hanging around initially. They were up, and it wasn't. They did not roll over to Duke at all. But I mean,
No.
Boozer goes 13 of 18 from the field with 7 boards for 35 freaking points. Like, scoring 35 points in a high major college basketball game doesn't happen all that often, and that's the second time he's done it already this year. So, I mean, you're playing Duke. Like, that's the reality of it. You know it's going to be a one of the toughest opponents you're going to face, if not the toughest, just because of how talented they are. John Shire's already had some success, but I mean, at the end of the day, Izzo knows that, and they're going to get prepared. And you've got Boozer, you've got Patrick Gongba, and then like Isaiah Evans, Caleb Foster. Isaiah Evans, I think Isaiah Evans, the one who hit the shot against Florida to squeak
Yeah.
him out of Cameron Indoor, which, I mean, if Florida can hang at Cameron Indoor, what can Michigan State do at the Breslin Center? There's a line out on FanDuel, and Michigan State's favored by 1.5. So it's Duke, but it's Duke. And Izzo's coached against Duke. Izzo knows how to coach against high-level opponents. Michigan State's
Yeah.
already played 3 high-level opponents this year. The players will be ready. You know, Jeremy Fears is about to be all over it, ready to go. And I'm sure Kohler and Coop are going to be ready for the challenge, embrace the challenge of guarding Cam Boozer. And yeah, I think the way he's playing right now, if the draft was tomorrow, he should go number 1. But
Oh yeah.
that's besides the point. So I don't know what else you can say other than it's going to be a big game, and you know both sides are going to be ready.
Yeah, and the Breslin's going to be absolutely rocked.
Yeah.
Like, we know,
Yeah.
like, that atmosphere is going to be absolutely insane. I do wonder if MSU kind of goes a little bit of, like, the Zach Edey kind of treatment. Like, when Zach Edey was kind of there, like, kind of let him get his and then shut off the water and everyone else. It really seems like Izzo kind of likes to do that. Kind of
Yeah, he does.
like the stars just get theirs. Like, you might have Cam Boozer might have 30 or 35 points, but guess what? If you shut everyone else down, if Duke's not hitting open shots, if they're not hitting open threes, and everyone else contributes 30 points, you only need to score 66 points to win a game.
Yeah.
And I know Duke if you look at just how talented and how efficient they have been offensively and defensively, this is a good defensive team as well. Like, it's not going to be easy for MSU to score either. But like Izzo even mentioned in his press conference, like this might be a game where the fans are going to have to win this team the game. Like that's just kind of what the atmosphere needs to be like. And I can just see MSU kind of letting Cam Boozer get his. But even at that point, if you have Cam Boozer on Carson Cooper and Jackson Kohler, maybe more of Carson Cooper. I would maybe feel a little bit more comfortable with Carson Cooper, but like obviously with Gamba, like it's hard to put Carson Cooper on Boozer. But like I feel okay defensively. Like I don't feel great. I don't feel like we're going to get absolutely dominated. But like Boozer, but like Boozer's been just that good. I don't know. We've been really good defensively there. I'm just a little concerned that this might be the first game that we kind of look at the end of it and like, yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, I
But it's
love
also Ken
both.
Boozer though. So
Yeah,
if that happens, I'm like, okay, it's fine.
yeah. I mean, he was came out of high school third best player in the country, and he's overachieved the third best player in the country.
Yeah.
Like the fact that he's taken that and not only met that but exceeded it is impressive. You know who? There's a particular guy who I'm hoping his wrist heals up a little bit because I want to see how Cam Ward
Oh
would
yeah.
go to work guarding Boozer. You know, freshman on freshman, and you know Ward isn't going to back down from a challenge.
No.
And I'm not saying Coop and Colin are,
No.
and I love both of those dudes, but we aren't necessarily dealing with the two most athletic dudes in the gym when you're talking Carson and Jack. So
No. Not at
so
all.
at least in like a change of pace role, like a 12 to 15 minutes, I I would love to see Cam Ward attack Boozer and
Just
make
throw
his
bodies
life
at you.
hell as I
Yeah.
plan to do on Saturday in the student section. So
Oh
I
yeah.
think it'll be a ton of fun. Obviously you can't let Foster shoot it a ton open. I mean, we haven't really been giving up open looks. I'm not worried, but he's shooting at 45% early in the year.
Yeah.
Um, and just, I mean, win on the glass, dominate the glass, which we've done since the exhibition games, which they didn't do. But again, Izzo's whole motto: defend, rebound, run. You know they're going to be harping on rebounding. You can win the game with the fans and rebounding,
Yeah.
and if we can make a couple threes, and yeah, again, never know.
Yeah, and I do think it was a smart idea. I think Cam Ward could have probably played against Iowa, maybe a few minutes. I don't think you tested it. Obviously, it wasn't worth it at that time. So I think Cam Ward just needs to go out there, bang some bodies, be physical, be how he has. And I don't want to say he's a guy that like you used 5 fouls on, but like just tell him be physical, tell him to play like he has been. Like he has been basically a man amongst boys in basically every single game he's played in, and I think that's the type of player that MSU needs in this one, especially going up against Cam Boozer. Is you just need a guy that will go toe to toe physically wise, and we've seen even in high school there's that clip of basically him saying that like you're not strong enough, you don't want this, like just have that type of mentality. And if you make Cam Boozer like go like 10 for like 17, 10 for 18, make him inefficient, I feel pretty good at the end of the day with MSU winning.
Yeah, and this I've been on this for a little bit, and I think it initially sounded cocky, and I really don't think it does anymore if you've been watching the games. But I seriously think every game you go into as Michigan State for the next 20 games of this year and the next 2 years after that, you have an advantage because of who you have as your primary ball handler and your
Yeah.
game controller and your floor general, as he calls himself, which he deserves to.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
And
100%.
Jeremy's going to dictate the game. He's going to play at his pace. We've yet to see him get rattled. I mean, even really last year, you didn't see him get rattled. And he's not going to get rattled at home. He's going to feed off the energy. And it's like with all the high praise you see Izzo giving Jeremy, it's like I'm gonna ride with this dude because I think
Yeah.
he's gonna put the team. If there's a defensive lapse, Izzo's gonna be on it. So is Jeremy. If there's a bad shot taken, Izzo's gonna be on him, and then Jeremy will fix it in the second half, like we saw at the end of Iowa. So
Yeah.
I seriously think that's an advantage for Michigan State. And like you said, over the years we've seen a lot of let Edey get his, or let like Terrence Shannon get his, and now I slipped the name of the old Purdue big before Edey, not Swanigan,
Isaac
before
Haas
him. No, not the
before
white
him.
dude.
Caleb Williams.
Yeah. Was he the bigger,
Yeah.
black number 50 or something?
Yeah, I believe that was Caleb
Yeah.
no, Caleb Williams is the quarterback for the Bears.
Yeah, no, I think it was something like that though. But you've seen that strategy employed, and it works. But now the thing is, you can't let Boozer, like you said, go. You can't let him go 18 of 22 because then you're screwed. But if you can just hold serve with Boozer, let Fears dictate the game. The two teams play similar tempo. I mean, Duke is like 240th, and the Ken Palm State's like around 300th. But Iowa played so slow, so that number probably took a hit. But
yeah, it was Caleb Swanigan.
No, Swanigan, I'm thinking of a different guy even, but still, Swanigan was the same thing. I mean, Swanigan should have came here, but it's all good. So
yeah, the only other big man is Trevion Williams.
Was it Jawan? Oh, is it that guy? No, wasn't it? I don't know.
Maybe that's where I got Williams is Trevion Williams, because there's Matt Harms, Isaac Haas, AJ Hammonds, Caleb Swanigan, Zach Edey.
Jawan Johnson is the guy I'm thinking of.
Oh, that is not who I was thinking of.
I think
if Purdue fans find this video, they're about to absolutely destroy us. But I don't care.
No, bro, this is all right. Here's the guy I was thinking of. Yeah, his senior year, he averaged 20 and 9. He was a freaking tank, 6'10", 221. So, yeah, I mean, he was All-American. Right. So, yeah, man, you never know.
We'll see. We'll see what happens in this game. It's going to be interesting. Obviously, MSU is a 1.5-point favorite. In your opinion, before we wrap up here, is this the biggest game at Breslin MSU has had in the last X amount of years? I think the only one you can compare is Michigan, 2019.
Okay, so yeah, sure. The non-conference especially. I mean, I don't know how that's that crazy of a take. I saw some people kind of get worked up about that, but no, I completely agree. I mean, you're coming off an Elite Eight. You're 8-0, and you got number 4 who's 9-0 coming in, and it's not just a random top 5 team in the country. It's Duke. Like I 100% think so. Like 100%. This is a huge game on Saturday.
Imagine if MSU wins the game.
I think they will.
We can talk about resume-wise. Like, that is,
oh my God,
in my opinion, the best resume in the country. Top 5 easily.
No. It's the best. There's no way.
Yeah.
I mean,
the only one I could maybe argue is Michigan, because of how much they dominated the players, but stuff like that.
I don't think Auburn's that nice, man.
I think Auburn's fine.
Yeah, like they're fine. They're who knows? I mean, they play Arizona. Dude, there are some good basketball games on Saturday. The basketball gods wanted to take away the viewership from the conference championships, I guess, because there are some games on Saturday, man.
Dude, even conference football, there's some games. We got Bama, Georgia. We got
that's
Indiana,
what I'm saying.
Ohio State.
Well, those are great games, but the basketball, the basketball executives were like, screw that. Let's watch basketball. We got Duke, Michigan State. So 4 versus 7. You got number 10 Iowa State at Purdue. Number 10 versus 1. You got Louisville at Indiana, 6 versus 22.
Indiana just lost to Minnesota, though. So
yeah, I did see that. You got Illinois 14 at Tennessee 13.
Interesting.
That's only the Big Ten teams that are playing, and then you got. It's crazy, and then Auburn at Arizona for the nightcap. So
great weekend.
great weekend and great resume builders all over the country. And I think if Michigan State wins, which I do think they will, I'm going to go on record saying that.
I agree.
I think you, you can't even debate about those ugly piss colored with mixed with blue jerseys over in the East. So
Yeah, I agree, but it should be a good game. Should be a fun game. Raucous atmosphere, whiteout for Michigan State. We will be there. It'll be fun. Hopefully, we end up smiling at the end of the day. But yeah, any last things you want to quickly bring up before we wrap up here?
no, I mean, I think you're getting two double doubles from Kohler and Fears, and I think the game probably goes well. I don't know, that kind of contradicts itself, but I think the game probably goes under the 139.5, especially if Michigan State comes out and wins. So it's gonna be
It's going to
just
be
get your
fun.
popcorn ready. Basically, I mean, I don't know what the viewers are doing Saturday morning, but if you gotta shovel snow or work out or take your kids somewhere, get that out of the way in the morning because from 12 to 2 you're gonna want to be in front of the TV
Yeah, I need a big Cohen car dunk to either start the
early.
game or
Yeah,
early. Just get the place
early.
popping or something like
Little
that.
oop off the
Yeah,
tip, off
off
the
the
tip.
tip
Let's get an oop.
over Cam Boozer.
Yeah, and foul too. Get him a
And a
first
foul,
first
and a
foul, 10
one.
seconds in.
That pop in that building.
Oh, it'd be
I
over.
I
It
don't
would
know if
actually already be over.
I was just
The,
gonna say I don't know if Breslin's roof would be able to survive at that point.
it'd be like Vince Carter at the dunk
It's like
contest.
it's over. It's over. Call it. But yeah, no, it should be a good game. We'll obviously talk about it after it happens. But yeah, thank you for everyone for tuning in. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff. Tune into that recap as well. We'll both be there. It'll be a great atmosphere. It'll be a great time, and hopefully MSU gets the win on Saturday. But we'll talk about that once that happens.